Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trish, and today is going to be my Pan That Palette update. Now, I have been using this for 5 months now, although this past month I did not use it as much as I have the previous month, so this update might be a little boring, but I'm still going to show you my progress. So if that is something that interests you, just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so before we get started, let me go ahead and show you where I was last month. And this is where I am this month. So there is not a lot of changes. But let's go ahead and go through the usage that I have for each shade. Now, May was a month I did not have a focus shade in this palette. I was just using this whenever I felt like it this month. I did travel for my birthday. I traveled for my anniversary this month. I was not home a lot and I did not take this palette traveling. So there is not going to be a lot of usage on each shade. However, the way that I've used these darker shades, there does seem to be more progress on it using them the way that I have. And I'll explain when we get there. But let's go ahead and start up here at this silver shade. And this silver shade I used one time in May, bringing the total usage in the project to 19 uses. This teal shade here, I did manage to expand the pan a little. I did use it 3 times this month, bringing the total usage in the project to 37 uses. And I did expand the pan just a little in that one, not too much, but I did build that one up a lot when I used it in the crease. So I was using a lot of those shadows. Next is this orange shade here that I used twice, bringing the total usage in the project to 36 total times. And this shade here I used to create a really pretty matte, all matte look. And it was just gorgeous, but I really had to pack that on to get the color to show up. These are very powdery, and to get like this pigment on your eyes, you really do have to pack it on a lot. So I did end up using a lot and expanding the pan. This next one is the sparkling turquoise here that I used 5 times this month for a total of 18 uses in the project. This navy here I used twice this past month for a total usage of 16 in the project. And this brown here on the end I did use 4 times this month for a total usage of 14 total times this month. So, sorry, I have my dog in the room with me, so if you keep hearing the jangling of his collar, I do apologize. But so where am I going forward with this palette? The first thing I'm going to do is this one right here. I am not going to repress this shade anymore. I've told you guys before, it is a very crumbly shade, and every time I use it, I have to press it back into the pan because it just flakes off. It crumbles, it falls out. It's horrible to use, and that transfers onto the face. I'm wearing it today. I use a glitter glue with this shade, and the glitter just falls down my face all day. I have it going down my face currently, and it's just so annoying. And I have found over this past month, I actually don't like this shimmer formula because of that. I have other shades and other palettes that I love. I even have a single from Sugar Drizzle that mimics this shade quite well, although it's a duochrome, so it's got pink in it, but it mimics this color quite well on the eyes, and it does not have that glitter fallout that goes down my face. So I'm no longer going to repress this, which means this shade is probably going to be done within the next month, just because the next time I use it, it will crumble, and if it's not done, then it will be done shortly thereafter. I don't want to use this shade anymore on my eyes. Beautiful as it is, it's a beautiful shade, just that glitter fallout, people, it's bad. So, and this one right here does have glitter fallout. However, it's not as bad. So I am going to keep trucking along with this one as well. This navy shade, I have a nice dip going in, even though I have not used it that much this month. The way I was using it is I had this brush that has a point on the end of it, and I used it today to pack it on my entire eyelid. So underneath this shimmer today, I have this going over my entire eyelid, and I packed it on and got this color, which is why that dip has gotten so much bigger over this past month, even though I only used it twice, is because, again, like with the orange, I was packing on that shade. I would like to focus on this shade for June to try to actually hit pan on it. I don't know if I will be able to. Judging from the dip I have going in it and the pans that I've already hit, I'm about halfway there. However, I don't normally pack it on the eyelid like I did today, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's my goal. My goal is to hit pan in this shade for the next month. This brown here has a nice dip going in it. I have actually been using this shade in conjunction with my Zoeva Melody palette. I found that in this palette here, this brown and the brown and my Kaleidos here are the exact same shade. So I've done a couple of looks where I put this in the crease, this shade right here all over the lid, and then I will use this to deepen up the outer corner of it and to line my lower lash line. It's really pretty. I'll go ahead and pop up a few pictures on the screen so you can see that. But for the most part, I gotta say, you guys, I am over this palette. I've used this palette now for 5 months, but I took a break in May and I was using all my other palettes, and I found that this palette doesn't have any greens in it, and greens is one of my favorite colors, so that kind of really hurts a little that I'm using. You know, I do like blues and I do like oranges, but it does hurt that, you know, for the most part, I'm not using any greens unless I randomize that in my eyeshadow declutter. So that kind of is a little annoying to me, but I will also say these colors, when I was using this palette previously, them being sheer didn't bother me because I was using these in the crease and I wasn't trying to get this pigmentation. I was trying to get a lighter color of that and using a fluffier brush. But like today when I tried to pack this on my lid, or with the all matte look where I tried to pack this on the lid to get this pigmentation, this is very powdery and it takes a lot to build it up. And I've just decided that this is not my favorite formula to work with. But for the most part, I'm still enjoying these colors, which is nice to do. I just wish it had a little bit more, and maybe next year for my Pan That palette, I will look at a palette that has more colors than just teals and oranges, maybe have some greens, maybe have some reds, just something more, because a whole year of just using these colors is kind of not for me, if you will, but I'm trucking along. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my 5th update for my Pan That palette this year. If you did, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help me out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.